Satan lied to me. He told me I was too fat. But God said, even my flowers are different. I made you like that. Satan lied to me. He told me I was ugly, but God said his creations are peculiar, and to him I am beauty. Satan lied to me. He said I was a loser and just dumb, but God said through me, you are victorious, child. You've already won. Satan lied to me. He told me my voice sounded like a man, but God said your voice is essential to your purpose. It's part of my plan. There was a time I was having a serious identity crisis. Because of all the lies, I had become quite indecisive. What lies were you told about yourself? What fallacy has tried to rob you of your celestial wealth? What falsehood has the enemy tried to make you take ownership to? What painful blow tried to take God's light from you? What soul-shattering experience tried to end your life? What man made you feel unfit to be someone's wife? We've all been told lies by the enemy. Her, you, she, and me. For every lie you were told from year to year, for every time you cried one too many salty tears, God has a truth that proves to be the exact opposite to every perjury committed by the number one counterfeit. How many of you don't even know who you are? Trying to reach your identity, but it seems so very far? Or do you see blurred images of who you were made to be, but you are appalled by the circumstance of your reality? I have news for every woman in this room today. There has been a list of lies Satan has formulated to stand in your way. But in spite of all the lies Satan has told, understand when the Most High made you, baby, he broke the mold. God said you are his chosen vessel. Indeed, it's true. Yet we have so many princesses standing in need of a breakthrough. Because the reflection they see in the mirror is weighed down by so many lies. Well, this is your moment of truth, and if you haven't already, it's time to rise. I need you to understand our Heavenly Father does not make trash, and your worth is far greater than any amount of cash. You are his child, the one and the only, no other in creation. You can search high and low from nation to nation. You just won't find anyone who is 100% exact. Listen to me well, because this is certainly a fact. You are a woman of God who has endured many a test. But sister girl, I need you to understand you are blessed. You are the personification of his glory and deeply loved. You were chosen long ago by our Heavenly Father above. It's time to get real with God, because he's always been real with you. There is an anointed reality that every woman either has or needs to come to. Self-help books, yoga, or paying someone to fix your life just won't do it. I promise all you ever need is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Get in your prayer closet, lay on your face, and spend time worshiping our Lord and Savior. It's time to let it sink in, sis. You are of a royal priesthood covered in favor. And for my sisters who know who you are, don't hold on to your truth. Please tell someone about it. Be the Naomi that teaches and nurtures Ruth. Don't commit the sin of silence and hold back on the glory of God of your life. Tell your sister, daughter, cousin how God came and freed you from your strife. Tell of your ratchet days and how you never thought you'd make it out. Give your real testimony. I'm talking about the ones that make the saints shout. I'm talking about the one that had you trapped in sin. I'm talking about the one that kept you so long from letting God all the way in. It's time to be real with our sisters sitting on the buses or in them pews. Let them know you wasn't born with them hats on or them church shoes. Let them know how God himself turned it all around. Like the woman at the well who met Jesus and was no longer bound. I tell you, there is an overflow of greatness that flows in us. I say this without a doubt. Yet the activation is the word of God. His two-edged sword will always work it out. And if you don't like to read, or you find yourself falling asleep by the third verse, then when you pray about God's word, ask him to increase your hunger and your thirst. I promise it's God's perfect will, and he will surely grant your request. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock, well, y'all know the rest. Years ago, I asked God for an increase, and surely it was on the way. Because now my spirit yearns for the word of God every single day. We are here, one for another, in representation of God's kingdom on earth. We are ordained to be his daughters before the day of our birth. Sisters, let's stand on the rock that has always been called Jesus. We are the apples of God's eye. I promise you he sees us. We are blessed women of God. He is the superhero who came to save our life. So ask him to order your steps and give yourself back to him as a holy sacrifice.
Come on. I don't know about y'all, but that poem right there just got me going. Let's see who's on the line with me today. Oh, all of my ladies. We got a full little now. Let's see who we got. Somebody raise your hand. I think. Tammie, are you there?
Tammie. Yes, ma'am. I'm here. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, bless, and highly favored. Give me the first, your area code of your phone number. I don't want your whole phone number, just the area code.
346.
All right, gotcha. All right, where's my, Keisha, where you at, baby? I know you're on here. Where you at, baby?
Here I am. I'm on here. Good
All
morning.
right, tell me that, the first three numbers of your phone number. Don't give me the whole phone number.
832.
Okay, give me the other three.
388.
All right, gotcha, baby. All right, gotcha. All right, do we have Luvjones on here?
Yes. This is Soultry. Luvjones. I am her and she is he, and I am everything. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Yes. Listen, y'all. Rita, are you there? No Rita this morning. Okay.
I think we have Miss Cassandra on the line with us.
Who?
Miss Cassandra. She's the young lady I told you about the other day.
Okay.
Hello, ladies.
Okay.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hi,
Yeah,
my area code is 903-638. Glad to be on the call this morning.
All right. Okay, ladies, listen. Today I got some topics I want to talk about. I am here to tell you, mainly because it was a firestorm on my husband's page, and I said, Jesus, be a fifth. We got to grab hold of this one and talk about it. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because I feel like that a lot of times we're talking, but we're talking out of a place of hurt. And when we're sharing our opinion, it's easy for us to get our brokenness mixed up with empowerment. We think that I'm gonna tell you how to do this out of my brokenness, and this is how it is. And if you got to understand, you're not speaking out of a clear place. You're speaking out of brokenness. And I'm gonna get into it in just a minute, y'all. I'm telling you, I will let that lay. I will sit that right there. Now, let's start with Keisha. What's going on with you, Keisha? Tell me how your weekend went. How's everything going since last week?
Everything is going fine. My weekend was pretty good. I didn't do a whole lot, but I learned how to make tea cakes. So that's what I did the weekend. So yeah, like I need to find something else to eat, but yeah, that's what I did this weekend. That's cool. They were good too.
Oh my goodness, tea cakes. Yes, they was good. You got one left? I just need one.
I'm gonna make some more because I had to fix something I messed up, so I'm going to go back to the original recipe. And you know what? When we all get together, I'll bring her back to tea cakes. And y'all can tell me because they were real good to me. So y'all can really let me know.
I knew you was, listen, when you said tea cake, I said yes. Yes. Yes, tea cake. I was raised up on tea cakes, y'all. Come on, let's be real. I was raised up on tea cakes. And not everybody, now, Keisha, not everybody can make a tea cake now. I done had some folks bring me a tea cake. Here, being a pastor, let me tell y'all something, be real with you. People bring you food, and you got to be careful, okay? I'm just saying. Here, pastor, make you some tea cakes. Baby, let me
I tell you, I can cook, so it passed my test. I've thrown a lot of stuff in the trash that I've cooked, so I don't have a problem with wasting my real butter, my real vanilla, not the vanilla imitation, but the real thing, my sugar and all of that stuff. And nutmeg is not cheap either, so it passed my test, and my daughter liked it, so I think, and my brother too. So I think I might be on to a little something, but I'll let y'all let me know.
Okay. Well, we sure look forward to, my taste buds sure look forward to the tea cakes, okay?
Okay.
So, Luvjones, what you do this weekend, girl? Fill us in. What's been going on? And we missed you last week.
Oh, I missed y'all last week. I should have had. I had to take care of some business, but I am here. This weekend I pretty much work like I always do. I work Friday through Monday, working and getting things together for my social production. You know, I'm getting my things that I want to sell together. So that's pretty much what I was doing, trying to take care of my business with my business, and that's what I was doing. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, Tammie, what's going on with you? Tell us fill us in from last week to this week.
Just basically just networking as I do a lot of social media. It's never personal. Whenever I do anything, I always try to do my business, with social media. So that's basically what I do. I think last time I spoke, y'all, I was gearing up for a virtual conference. So I got past that. I had a few hiccups in the broadcasting, but hey, it happens from time to time. I made some improvise. I'm not sure if I told y'all that the lights had went out in this area, so I had to move everything home because I live in a rural area. It was a little rough, but I was able to go back and do another recording and actually upload it up to the platform, so they're able to hear a clear, crisp presentation as it's getting circulated. So that's one of the things I worked on with the children, dealing with the children because they're with me all the time. But it's not because of the pandemic. That's basically, how my household is. My son is in a K-12 program, so they're always with me. And that's basically just the gist of everything, just working and revamping and doing pivoting and planning for once all this has passed, and promoting my book and just all those kind of fun things. I enjoy it. I mean, I find pleasure in it. It don't really seem like work because I enjoy doing it.
Awesome. Well, I've been stalking you on Facebook, so you got a new book coming out, don't you?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do. Yes, it's actually going to be it's going to be launching June 6th. Right now I'm doing pre-orders for it.
Okay.
Is why your refund is so low. It's basically geared toward business owners, those who are inspiring to be business owners, because it's always good to know what you're stepping into as a whole, not just I get to set my own hours and da 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 da. We talked about that a lot of business owners fall off because they go in with unrealistic expectations. They think they come in and now it's freedom all over the place. and it's not, because it's actually more dedication than it takes than actually working for somebody. So, but I take it in the financial aspect of it. It's talking about record keeping and how to be prepared, how to, not go into this thing and be just in the shock of your life because things change, because you're going to with unrealistic expectations. So, and it actually can help anybody in business, but more so geared toward aspiring business owners as well as first-year business owners.
Wow, that sounds great. I will be calling you. Listen. And we love to share this type of information on the show because there are a lot of people listening that need that connection. It's always important as business owners to have a good tax person, okay? A good tax person, money person, and a lawyer. I'm just saying. Somebody that knows that has that's a professional in the different places that you really need to be paying attention to, especially taxes. My God, especially taxes. Okay. Listen,
Queeny, we have a young lady on the line with us, and I want to make sure we don't forget about her. She is she's running a awareness campaign for women when it comes down to health, specifically administration health. So let's make sure we be able to allow her to introduce herself and talk about her business that is geared toward our women, because we are the Sistas United. We got to make sure we take care of our women's health.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to just know, because we got a lot of callers on the line, so we need to know what the first three digits, not the area code, but the first three digits of her phone number, so we'll know who she is, because we have a lot of callers on the lineup. So before the show ends, we'll definitely get an opportunity to talk with her and just let her introduce herself and what she does. So, ladies, y'all know it's topic time. Rita, are you on here yet? Let's see. Rita.
I'm here.
Rita?
Uh-huh. Hello?
Rita, are you on the air, Rita?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. How you doing, Rita? How was your weekend?
It was great. Did a couple of photo shoots, and just did a little outing. Well, not an outing, but a little outing with the family or whatever, and it was great. Can't complain. Everything is well.
I wanted to talk to you. About, because I have another photographer friend, and he said that in Mississippi he's been helping out the seniors by doing their senior pictures and everything for because they didn't get a graduation. So are you saying that's what you're doing?
Well, I did adopt a senior. I did a senior photo shoot, but I also adopted a senior. I partnered with a young lady on Facebook, and we did adopt a senior. So basically, you and I offered to do her pictures as well, but you just kind of put a basket or whatever together, or just do something nice for them because of the situation they're in. So that's not exactly the same thing as he doing, but yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just excited because I when I talked with him, he said that, and maybe everybody can weigh in on how you feel about this year about the seniors not getting their graduation and college graduates not having their graduation. Maybe we can talk about that a little while before we dive into this topic. I think when he told me about it, it really touched my heart because there's a lot of seniors that are depressed right now because they were looking forward to prom. They were looking forward to graduation and all of the fun things that we got to experience with our graduations and stuff. So I just want to give a shout out to Raymond and say, awesome job taken care of. And a lot of the senior pictures that he took, he did them for free. So I just want to just send a shout out all the way to the Quicker Letter and say, keep up the good work, Ray. We love you here in My Gospel Code. Okay, who wants to weigh in on that? Who wants to just, share something about seniors?
I think that
it's
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Is that Tammie or Keisha?
I'll be real quick. I do just want to. I know I really enjoyed my senior year, and unfortunately, our seniors of 2020 is not going to get the opportunity to, do all the things, the prom, the graduation, the grad night party, and all those kind of things that come along with the senior year. But you have to know that your year, this year is going to be memorable. Then your year is going to go down for the century because this is something that you're going to always remember. You're going to always get the opportunity to, once we get on the other side of this, and know that, hey, I was strong in the midst of all this. These are the things we went through. Eventually, I think they're going to actually allow them to have these proms and so forth. They just won't come in this particular time in the timely manner like we think they should. But just stay encouraged. You made it to the end. You put your 12 years in, and you made it to the end. No matter if you don't get to walk across stage now, it does not, dilute the fact that you did your thing.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, Keisha, you were going to say something?
I was just going to say that, a lot of it or whatever, this is a time that you'll never forget, and hopefully in the future or whatever, you'll realize that it was necessary in order to keep, everyone safe. I mean, I would really hate for all of those singers to congregate, get together, and then, there's a loss of life or, close to or, something like that. So it's necessary at this time or whatever, and just, stay careful, stay encouraged. I want to, encourage the seniors and, maybe when all this blows over, maybe you have parent clubs at your school. Maybe contact your school and see, if the parent club would consider, doing something later on in the summer or, beginning of next year to kind of bring everybody together because, the funds or whatever that were, that the school usually, the kids buy tickets, but the school usually have something set aside as well. Maybe they could, repurpose those funds for a picnic or, some type of gathering or whatever. And, I just feel kind of bad for those that actually, bought prom dresses and, things like that that cannot be returned or whatever. But just know that it's something that's necessary. Having a stand or whatever is, is a life-mattering situation. And you did. I mean, you put in the work. You did it, went through all of that time in school and just stay encouraged.
No, that's right. Amen. I like that. I like the suggestions that you gave because even though it was for the good, of everyone, at the same time, I just want to acknowledge those seniors and say, well done.
Right.
And God is going to make sure that you are taken care of. Because that's the type of God we serve. How about that?
Yeah.
Luvjones, do you want to say anything about it?
I hate that the seniors aren't going to be able to do their community walk and have their prom. But, this cause is a cause for a reason. And so maybe it's teaching us another way of doing things. And don't get me wrong, the feeling that I walked across the stage was an awesome feeling. So I hate that the babies won't be able to feel a feeling. But I think that we're doing a lot of things virtual. Invite families, make sure they're sanitized hands, and and do it like a Soul Train line. Have your kids call their names and have them come down and give them a piece of paper. Make some fun out of this. That we can't go in there. So, hey, show us what you're doing for your kids at home, from their proms. Hey, what is the challenge when they're changing from their regular clothes to their night clothes? I mean, hey, have them do that. Do something that entertain them and keep their heads from being feeling sad about them not being able to do stuff, and just do it at home and make it exciting.
Yeah, I like that idea. When you were talking, Soultry, when you were talking, I can envision, since they're doing all these challenges for everything else, everybody make sure your phone is on mute. If you're doing something extra and not talking, make sure your phone is on mute. I think I could visualize people, turning their house into a little mini, you know what I'm saying, graduation ceremony, and giving their seniors that honor, and so that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, I know y'all been waiting on these topics, and we have some folk on the line. My God, listen. So let's just get into this too. I'm gonna start off this time with this topic, okay? My God. Now,
me and you the same topic, so I don't have no topic. That was my topic that you said. So yeah, I'm gonna just put out.
Hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. Me and my husband was even on a whole little conversation about this topic and the conversation that was going on underneath this topic. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Me and my husband, we are restoring each other, and I'm not talking about in a spiritual sense. I'm talking about in a natural sense, as far as the things that we suffer through. Because let me tell you something. You start off believing in love. You start off believing, trusting. You start off this way. But because of the experiences of life, it will break some things. Do you hear what I'm saying? It'll break some things, and some of the things will not be restored until your mate comes. And you listen, let me tell you something. I can think I'm all the way together. Let me just read this post before I get into it, y'all. It said, my husband posted, Black women understand that some men come to restore. Okay? Yeah. All right. Now, I wish my husband would just go and call in. We welcome men to call in at 347-826-9424. But
men, please call in.
As we talked about this topic last night, me and him on the couch eat some old cheddar popcorn. I told him, I said, it is things that you restored to me. My trust in a relationship, my trust in love, my that comfort that if I fall, you're there to catch me. You see what I'm saying? It's different things that your mate, not every man, but your mate, your true, the one that God created you from, because he said that he took a rib from Adam. Okay, I just won't go there. And he formed us. Okay, so it is certain things that come along with your mate that you need. It's certain things that come along with your rib cage that you need. And it's not saying that God can't restore you fully, but it's a reason why God put Adam to sleep and gave him a mate. It's the reason why that God said, that God, his first ministry was the man and the woman, His first ministry was the household. His first ministry was relationship. Now, I'm going to read some of these comments. While I read them, I'm going to go ahead and let Keisha, I'm going to go ahead and let Luvjones go ahead and say what she wants to say or get into how she wanted to start off this topic.
Okay, so when I read the statement, some black men come to restore, I felt like James was saying, don't act like this man is going to be like the last man. This man could possibly be the one that, he's going to help build with you. He's not going to tell you now. He's not going to take you. He's not going to be dishonest with you. He see that you've been through the struggle and that you are healing. You have been healed, but there's still going to always be some trust issues when it comes to making, whether it's a man or a woman. If you've been through something, you have to first see if that pair of shoes you're putting on going to be too tight. So that's why you put on shoes, you walk in them, you do everything you need just to see what's going to happen when you're in those pair of shoes. If they start to hurt as you walk, you're like, I can deal with it. And if you buy them and they continue to hurt, then you're going to wish that you didn't buy those pair of shoes. I'm saying that to say this here. I looked at the statements on the page under what he said, and I was a little taken back because I get that some people felt the way they felt, and that's everybody's opinion. I respect everyone's opinion. So opinions are not facts. So I need that to be understood at first. I just think that it was a statement. It was a statement saying, letting us women know that it is some good black men out there that are trying to deal with you and be there for you and not tag you down and make you feel low. That's how I took it. So, I mean, I don't know how everybody else took it, but that's how I took it. It was just plain and simple. So, I mean, some people took it to another level, and I'm okay with that. And I pass no judgment because I, too, have a glass house, so I have no judgment on that. But don't come from me making me feel like you're judging me. And that's your way of thinking. It's the best way because it's just different ways of thinking. That's my point of view on that.
Yeah. That and I agree with you. We all have opinions. We had listen on that post. It was a guy. I'm not gonna say his name, and he was going in. He was going in. My God, and that's why I say sometimes you can read and you can feel the pain or the hurt or the disappointment that a person is experiencing. And like we say, it's not to judge, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But we also have to be able to understand where is that comment coming from? Where are you? What was your experience? Because everybody's not the same. And I feel the same way you said, Luvjones. This is not that post was saying that, like you said, not every man is going to do you the same way. You know, not everybody is on an agenda to destroy you. You know, some men do come and everything that somebody busted up in your life, that man will come and rebuild. He will come and restore. He will come and that place where you have built up a wall, he will show you that you don't need that wall no more. You know, he will restore your faith in love. You know, yes, God is love. That's why God will send that man for restoration. Let's okay. I'm gonna hush and let Keisha go ahead and talk to us. What you think?
Okay. So you say that I say that a person deals with a situation based on where they're coming from. It could be hurt. It could be, dealing with, a good friend or somebody. Maybe they've never been hurt, but, I'll just say their own experiences wherever they come from is, where people. And I don't know. It was just different. I was one of the people that, responded, and I just said yes. I have this thing about all and everyone. Whenever there's an answer with all and everyone, it's never a fact because all and everyone or everything cannot fit for everybody. It's just not. Yeah. So when you're taking the test and it's everybody, all, and everyone, is always going to be false because everything, it just can't. Those words are just not cookie cutter words. Those are, it's really specific, so it cannot fit everybody. I don't know, and I just, I just figured it would be a back and forth, and I just decided, I chose my battle. initially, and I just said, okay, whatever, because I know what I mean. And actually, that James posted came from a movie, Medea's family reunion, when one sister was gonna marry this guy that was beating on her, and then the other sister, whatever, and Boris Kojo in that movie was telling her, because she was ready to offer herself up to her. Do you want to sleep with me? Do you want to whatever? And he's looking at her like, what? He was like, some men do come to restore, whatever. So I know that movie was on the other night. I don't know if, James saw that movie when he posted it or whatever, but some women come from a place of, like you say, really hurt, brutal hurt, some of them. And they have an expectation, and then other things too. Some women, were molested. Some women, had all kind of things that happen to them. So they come from that place, wherever that place is. So some women come with the expectation that this man is going to hurt me. I'm only good for this or that. And that's what they bring to the table, offering themselves up or whatever. And, I mean, it's a very powerful statement, or whatever. And there are some men who are willing mentally and physically and, even want to do it. I mean, that's not a task that you have with everybody, of course, because you'll be drained totally dry. But sometimes you see something in somebody that nobody else may not see. They may have labels on this person, or they crazy, oh, girl, I wouldn't, or whatever. But just like Soultry was saying, those shoes that you try on, of course, and they might not even be shoes that you usually even wear, whatever. It's just something in this particular person or something in this particular situation that allows you to say, okay, but let me just, let me see. So no desperation. It's not a place of desperation. It's just sometimes, I don't know, just some people, So that's how I feel about that.
And can I say something? What Keisha said. Y'all, I know that God is in the midst of everything that we do. Okay, that's first of all. I'm gonna put that out there. But when God sends somebody to you, how you gonna tell me that He's not sending him to help me gain that trust back? How do you say that? How do you say He wouldn't do this? He's gonna do all this here, but He does send people to help you. So I mean, I'm confused on that.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and then I want to hear Tammie's hear what Tammie has to say. I'm gonna say this. A lot of times, we first of all have to respect God, that God is sovereign, and He'll do it the way He wants to do it. He might restore you. He might restore you without a man. But let's just look at it. Let's just look at it as though like this. And this is what I always tell people. God is concerned about the whole person. He's not just concerned about your spiritual life. He's concerned about what you desire. He knows you. You understand what I'm saying? He knows that you desire companionship. But He also was there when you were going through all of your stuff. You hear what I'm saying? So God, if we understand that He's an intelligent God, come on, and He is in everything, then of course He's in the right person for you. Now, I didn't say the wrong person. I said the right person. I'm talking about the one He sent. When it's the one that God sent, when it's the one that is meant for you, then guess what? It is some restoration that's going to take place. It is.
Come on now.
It's some restoration that's going to take place. There's no way you could tell that a man that God made you for now don't have what he needs. Come on. That don't have the tools. Come on, to rebuild. There's no way you see, and I understand people's opinion and the things that you experience. Like I say, might go through what you'll go through. You see what I'm saying? My walls I had up wasn't the same walls you had up. So when God send my that's why I would say rib cage. When God send my rib cage or my rib cage find me, come on. He finds me in the condition that I'm in. Guess what he has to do? He already automatically knows I got to show her what a real man is. That's a part of restoration. I got to show her what real love looks like. That's a part of restoration. I have to show her that love don't hurt. Come on. That's from a man. We know that love don't hurt from God. Come on. But when I send your real mate, your real case, and you are, guess what's gonna happen? You were with somebody that didn't put your feet up on a stool and cook for you. So God gonna send a man that gonna cook for you. You know what I'm saying? Put your feet up on it. He gonna send, and that's just natural. But I'm trying to share something with you, because a lot of times we are so caught up in our feelings and our experience. Just like the young man was going off about broken, if they was broken before they got there, and years before you got to them and all this. Well, baby, you broken. When that lady come into your life and run your bath water, and she began to cook for you, and she began to when you come in, she take your coat off for you, and she say, baby, sit down. Or, baby, I got your shower running. You mean to tell me she ain't restoring something in you? So it's a topic. It's a cold-blooded one, ain't it?
I think you need to say that one again, because I don't think the people on the back row, I think you got their attention at the end of that, so they might need to hear that part again. I'm just saying.
But I mean, it's a major thing, because we have to understand what God made us and why He made us for each other. And sometimes when we walk around, I don't need nobody. But God put Adam to sleep to make you for Him. You see what I'm saying? He put him to sleep. He made Adam, but He put you to sleep and made you from Adam. So I was like, I don't need no man. I'm not talking about materialistic. I'm talking about that part of you that God created with a voice for your mate. Or if you would have never had a boyfriend, you would never dated, it's a part of us that needs that connection. You know, that connection brings healing. It brings peace. It brings peace of mind. So you can get up and go to work. So you can take care of your baby. So you can, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave that alone. Tammie, come on, talk to us. What you think about it?
All righty. I always say, and I sometimes like to piggyback on it, but basically my thing is everyone has an agenda. It don't matter what the agenda is, whether it's a good agenda, bad agenda, different agenda, whatever it is. And some people go as far as having hidden agendas. They make you think they feel they want to treat you one way or have attention for this. It really have a hidden agenda. And that's why you really have to take your time to get to know somebody, because they can't pretend forever. They can't hide forever. Even a fake person can only fake so long. The real them will be revealed in due time. And that's why He tells us not to lean to our own understanding. People can foo-foo you all day long, but they can't foo-foo God. So if you take the time out and put your listening ears on, your spiritual listening ears on, because you have to hear God not the same way you hear man, because man is right here in your face. I can hear you on the phone. I can hear you on the computer. But when you're listening for God, it's a spiritual ear that you have to listen. You have to ask, and you have to allow Him to guide you. Anytime you're getting with somebody, we sometimes we like to talk to God when we're all deep into the situation. Well, Lord, I don't know what to do, this and that and that and other. I love this man, and you really don't love him because you already slept with the man, so you ain't loving the man. You left the man because he did the things that you feel you like to do, because he knows what to do in order to make somebody feel good. So, in the beginning, we have to learn how to converse with God. And conversing with God, that is a prayer. We have to, allow all us to be melted off and then allow him to pour on to us. So, yes, people have agendas, and I believe that some men do come to restore. And I also believe that some men may come to destroy further. They don't care about what you've been through. All they thinking about is themselves. I need to get a place to stay. I need to do this. I want me just this woman to do this, take care of my needs, and I don't give nothing to her. Everybody, it's so many different variations, and everybody has an agenda. I don't care who you are. Everybody has an agenda. Whether it's a malice agenda or if it's a good agenda because I just want to love this woman or whatever the situation being, everybody has an agenda, and you have to be mindful of everybody. You can't just get out there and jump on out there and have your heart all up on your shoulders and just willy-nilly just give it to everybody.
Talk about it. And you know what? As you talked about that, I can see that like I say, when it's the right man, when it's the one that God sent, he's willing to climb that wall, break that wall, take a sledgehammer to that wall. He's willing. And then, it's like this topic is so rich because we can find so much from different angles with this topic, because to restore is touchy for a lot of people. It's touchy because y'all know I'm gonna go here. Sometimes people love being in that place of wreck, that shipwreck. They love to be the shipwreck. They love to be angry. They love staying in that state, but that's another wall. They're going to be going to church. They love God and just as mean as two cats caught in tied up in a bag together, just mean, and they don't, but they're known for that. So y'all know I always talk about these payoffs. Sometimes we won't allow restoration in our life because we get more from being mean, bitter, upset, angry, chopping folk up, chopping them down, making people feel ignorant. And so it is a payoff sometimes to that hurt and that pain that we've been carrying for years. You don't want to be healed. Because you don't even know what heal looks like, but you know what pain feel like. You know what destruction feel like, abandonment feel like. So guess what? I'd rather stay in all my hurt, pain, and then allow God to come in and restore me, to show me what He really intended for me to have. Just like you said, Tammie, some things we get into wasn't of God in the first place. It was out of lust. It was out of loneliness. It was out of whatever it was out of. But it wasn't out of a pure place. Go ahead. Who was that?
No, that was me. You were talking about the different things. I said sometimes it's out of convenience. Out of revenge. Like, we can keep on with that, but you sure right. I was just in the amen corner.
Yeah.
Yes, I was agreeing.
Yes, because think about it. Sometimes we are, and I love being a strong black woman. I am a strong black woman, a leader, honey. Can't nobody come in and tell me what I ain't. But when it comes to what I need, when it comes to who God sent to me, I know how to submit and humble myself in that arena. You know what I'm saying? At first, I had my walls up and you ain't going to this and blah, 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 neck rolling, finger wagging and everything. But in my relationship with God, I learned that God loves me. You see what I'm saying? And it's okay to humble myself. It's okay to because I can't, you know how to say, you can't get help unless you admit that there's a problem. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I cannot receive this love from this man unless I understand that I never knew really what this kind of love is. I know what the love of God is. I know what because we're talking about a man, some men, because it says some men are sent to restore, So I have to know, like Tammie said, what agenda is this man on? You know what I'm saying? What? And I remember James told me, he said, I came to make your life easier. That's what he said. I came to love you. He even told me one time, he said, you leave me, girl. He said, wherever you go, I'm going to be there. I don't care where you go. You know what I'm saying? That right there restored my confidence because I had been abandoned a lot. You get what I'm saying? So it wasn't like James went to God and said, God, tell me what to say to him so I can get him. No, he's just who he is. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like he said, God, I need a plan to get this woman and knock this woman down. You know what I'm saying? Right. I had to recognize who he was as well in my life. Rita, you want to talk on this topic, girl?
Yes, I think it is true, but the statement is very true. But like you were saying, in order for the restorement part to come, you have to have the one sent from God. And people, many guys have already set the misconception of destroying relationships or just coming for their own convenience or whatever. But like you said, when God sent, you have to consult God concerning a relationship or a guy, friend or whatever when it comes to this relationship-wise, because if not, a lot of women has been torn down. A lot of women has been broken because of relationships. And so because of past experiences, they have the mentality that, oh, he's coming, he's going to hurt me, because they already have their guards up. But I do believe that some men come to restore because, not all men is bad, as they say. All men, they have that statement as all men is bad, but that's not quite true. Maybe the men you're choosing, but I mean, because that's not a true statement. But when you have, like you said, the right one for your life, he'll go through hell and high water to get to you if that's the one who God has sent for you. And he will come and restore that broken part of you. And a lot of people have some brokenness because of past experiences. But if you wait on the right one that God sent you, a lot of times we end up in relationships that's not even meant for us. That's why they don't work out. And so when you have the right one that's in your life, yes, his job is to restore you because God has already planned him for you. And just a lot of times people don't like to wait on the right one, so they go into a lot of rebound relationships that constantly destroy them. And when you constantly be destroyed, eventually you'll create that mentality. You create a defense mechanism to block her, to stop pain. So all men are bad and all men it is, and they become a negative, become very negative, a lot of negative vibes. But like I said, to each his own, and each experienced person's different. I can't say that because I didn't put myself through those situations. I have seen other people's experiences, but nevertheless, I can't say that because I hadn't put myself in those shoes. Because, like I said, a lot of times most people go into a relationship after relationship, they looking for something that possibly not even possibly, that I know that only God can give them, and waiting for the right person. And like you said, when the right person or when the right man do come along, his job is to restore you. His job is to help build you up. It's just that's just his assignment. That's his assignment, and his purpose, part of his purpose in life. Because, like you said, it's a divine connection. God created him. He took the real out of him to make him for you. And when you get that right connection, yes, that is a true statement that men do. Some men do come to restore. Not all men come to destroy. So that's kind of my outlook on it.
Okay. Awesome. Well, okay. Now, guess what? The person that posted that, and we're going to go into the next topic after we ask Cassandra and whoever else want to comment what they think about this topic today. So let's see. We got a man on the line. All right, okay. Brother Daniel. Hey, honey.
Yeah.
You posted this topic. Now, what thinking when you posted it?
Well, can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like I've been listening to you guys, and a lot of y'all kind of touched on what my thinking was when I posted this. I didn't know it was catch fire like it did, but I'm thankful that it did. But my thinking at the time was how so many women, black women in particular, because those are the only women I've ever dealt with, how they feel or have a preconceived notion as to men coming to take things out of their lives or to destroy what they've already built as a person. And I just to let women know that some of us have a mindset where we're here to help, we're here to add to, we're here to, to just be a pleasurable experience rather in your life rather than kill and destroy what you've already built. We're here to be a additive, not a deletion. So that's where I was going with that post, but it's opened up so many other doors, and I'm glad it opened up a healthy and very much needed conversation amongst men and women, because we all suffer from bouts of doubt, bouts of depression, bouts of brokenness, bouts of just simply not knowing or indecisiveness when we're dealing with new relationships.
Yeah. Do you think that women, the right woman, restores things in a man's life as well?
Most definitely. You have to understand that when you're dealing with each other, you are supposed to be on a quest to rebuild and uplift each other on a daily basis. I talk to you all the time about this as my wife, that being married is a job you have to show up for every day, whether you want to go to work or not. You ain't no sick call-in days, nothing. You got to show up and you got to perform every day, no matter how you feel in the morning when you get up. If you're married to somebody, you have to be their husband or their wife every day. There's not ain't no days off, as they say in the hood. No days off, baby. When you're dealing with a relationship and being in a marriage or in a committed relationship, you need to have that mindset that I have to show up for work and perform every day. There's no questions about it. There's no, they say what they call it, hall passes and all. Ain't none of that in real life. That's on a movie. That's not in real life. You try that if you want to, you're going to get your head bust wide open playing games with these women. Yeah, that's all it is.
Well, we shall thank you for calling in and sharing,
right,
because,
right.
I say, your post started a little firestorm, and I said, Sistas United need to go ahead and tear into this. So we have some callers on the line. I want to start with Cassandra. Cassandra, would you like to say something on this topic? Okay. We have if you would like to say something, just press 1 and I'll know that you want to say something. And we'll make sure that you are able to say something. We also want to.
What I was trying to say too, Janice. Let me touch on something. Like I said, we as a people or as a culture, we have been taught through. I don't know if it's circumstances or through just experiences that we go into relationships untrusting. We look for the bad up front rather than just enjoying the experience of learning and getting to grow with someone new. We should embrace that. You know, if you're a single person, you should be embracing that rather than looking for the bad. You know, we on the lookout for the bad. I think that comes from a defeatist attitude that a lot of us have in our lives. We also are expecting rejection. You know, I think that comes from a rejective point of view that we've had through other experiences. And like I told you last night, I learned how to love the woman I'm with right now. You know, and I was trained. I was trained to do that. I'm not scared to tell. You know, we think a bad connotation to the fact that you've been trained to do something. But let me tell you something. When you've been trained, you learn how to do it and you embrace it if it is something that you wanted to learn. So the thing is, you have to learn each person, and you only do that by a constant communication, a constant intimacy in your relationship, a constant just wanting, a constant want to know more, you know, a thirst for this information that you need to perform with this person. Because I tell my wife all the time, I treat her like no other woman I've ever been with in my life. But the reason why I treat her that way is because she taught me how to treat her that way. And I also learned from my old mistakes. I can't treat her like all them other women I lost, or else guess what? I'll lose her. And because I don't want to lose her, I take my time and learn how to treat that woman on a daily basis. And I learn something new from her every day. There's no doubt about it. I have never, you know, when you find somebody who don't think they can learn something, that's a person you get the hell away from, because they are dangerous as hell. So that's just how me and my wife tackle our day-to-day, showing up for our job of being a married couple. Because I'm telling you now, I never thought I would say that I enjoy being married, but I guess maybe I don't know if it was I enjoy being married, but I enjoy being married to her. You know, because she is the one that I'm supposed to be with, and I know that, and I treat her like she's the one I'm supposed to be with. So you got to find somebody who embraces that type of, that type of compassion and that type of readiness when they're dealing with you. Not somebody who's quick to anger with you, somebody who doesn't want to hear your side of the situation, you know, none of that. My wife had no problem submitting to me, and I had no problem submitting to her, because that is the way things have to work. And, you know, a lot of people have a bad connotation, again, on submission. Submission does not mean weakness. Submission actually is more of understanding one another. Now, that's more what submitting in that sense means when you're submitting to your significant other. It's a more of a understanding and a willingness to understand is where the submission comes in. Yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on with that situation. Yeah.
Well, thank you, honey. That was a blessing. And it really, you were talking, and I was sitting here taking notes like, wow, let me write it down. but for real, because the topic you shared, the reason it was so powerful is because everybody as an individual have been through some things. And you want to make sure that the person that you are with is the one that God sent, is the one that you can sit, like I tell my husband, sit on the porch and swat flies with. That's who I want to be. The person I can experience, you know, regular everyday life with. And I think sometimes we put people on pedestals. We make them out to be, you know, we put them so high that when we get with them and find out their flaws, we're disappointed. So we have to make sure that we are developing friendships as well, you know, listening to one another. And thank you, honey,
Right.
for calling in. I love you. I'll see you when you get home.
I'll be there shortly, baby. I'm on my way to you. Love you too.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye.
Hello?
All right, y'all. So,
Can you hear me?
who we talking to?
Oh, this is Cassandra.
All right, Cassandra, come on. What you got?
Well, I'm enjoying this topic. It's kind of preparing me. I'm actually a single person, but I have a lot of friends that are married, and I just like to say that sometimes we must take our time and just trust in God and see what's in store for us and learn. We can learn from our past, and it will help us, for our future in relationships. The most important thing I feel that in a relationship, listening and communicating is the most important. You have to have that communication, listening, and understanding in a relationship. And I feel if you don't have that, then there's a kind of a breakdown.
Yeah.
So I'm learning a lot. Like I say, I'm single, and I'm just learned a lot on it with this topic. It kind of helps me. So thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
All right. Tammie, you said that we have a guest on the air. What's her name?
Yes, ma'am. That's Miss Cassandra. She just got to speak.
Oh, okay. Well, Cassandra, okay, you can go into telling us a little bit about what you do.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I want to thank Sistas United, and I also want to thank Miss Tammie for inviting me to be on the show, and you too as well. My name is Cassandra. I'm a community health worker, and I'm an awareness ambassador for Justice for My Jewel. And you can learn about our mission by going to www.jfmj.org and learn about our mission. So, sisters, I just want to share with you today, we've had so many women out here suffering in silence and not being able to go to work or school, and they've been dealing with the heavy flow cramps during the menstruation time. And I know some may say, oh, you're talking about this issue. Well, women don't want to discuss this issue. And it's not a taboo subject anymore. Women are discussing the problems, and they're discussing the problems actually with other women and their husbands. And their husbands, they can't do anything about it. So women are hurting and having hysterectomies at a rate of 600,000 a year on average, and they're dealing with endometriosis and other health-related issues. So another thing that's going on, women and men, alike, are looking for safer alternatives than what's on the market. So with our organization, we have embarked upon new technology called graphene, and it is infused in our various health products, in our sanitary pads. And they do have various health benefits, and no one else has technology but us. But we don't make medical claims, but this may help with cramps. And this the most important thing that it does, it helps keep a woman safe, comfortable, and dry. And a lot of women love them. And what I'm talking about, this product is called Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin. And you really have to see the demonstration to really believe what you're seeing. It is making a difference in women's lives. And I did share I did do a demonstration with Miss Tammie, and she seen the demonstrations, and she seemed to enjoy it. But And I just want to say that if anyone would like to join us on our testimony call, we have a testimony call on Tuesday mornings at 7:30 p.m. We have some awesome women and men. I said men sharing their testimony about this about this product that we have. So I will share that information with you. The greatest thing about this is, we have a group of men and women traveling all over, sharing this mission and making a difference in someone's life. You all may know someone that you love and care about, that you can share the information with them. And I just want to say that due to the overwhelming of if I get any calls or anything, I do like to, is it okay if I share my website? I want to share my website. Oh, okay, great. So it is wellnessday4@gmail.com. It's wellnessday4@gmail.com, and you can have, put your name and phone number, and I will get back with you. I will be setting up a Zoom meetup to where we can do I'm going to be doing a live demonstration with this awesome product, and you can get your questions answered as well. And I do like to say that with the women and men's testimony, we have women that suffer from incontinence as well as men. We do have men that are using this product. So it's happening in all different areas. And I do want to say that we're having a contest and we're giving away, we're having a jewel cash giveaway. So if anybody would like to learn about that, you can go to my website. It's www.awesome-pads.com. And it's awesome-pads.com. And you can go on the website and then have the details. And if you are an organization or a nonprofit, we offer online fundraiser opportunities as well. I would like to meet and talk with you more about it, about the mission, and what I'm doing today. If anybody would like, I am the first 5 people that email me will get a free pack of jewel pads, and I will have something for the other people that email me as well. So you can email me, and I'll be looking forward to speaking with you. And I want to thank you, Sister Talk, for having me on, Miss Daniels and Miss Lilly. Thank y'all so much.
Well, we sure are grateful that you came on. We definitely want you to share more of your information on the Sistas United page. We have a page now. We also have the group. You can always share in the group. I definitely would love to interview you on some other shows, if you don't mind. We'll talk to you about that later. But we just want to say welcome. Thank you for coming on and joining us today. Tammie Lilly, thank you for your special guest today. And make sure that you send me all the links where everything is, so we can begin to share it out and help bring some attention to what you're doing.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, because this is much needed. And this is very much needed, because a lot of women, they don't know about the products that's on the market. It can be harmful to their bodies. And this is why we travel all over to do the education to make a difference in women's lives. And this is so special to my heart, because I we all go through a lot of challenging times, and it's just a blessing.
Amen. Well, we thank God for you. Please make sure you stay in contact with us. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into We want to hear Keisha's topic. We want to hear Rita's topic. Me and Luvjones tag team on that topic, and we'll see what else. We'll also get into Tammie and Lily's topic. As you noticed at the beginning of the show, I shared a poem called "A Woman's Truth," and it's by his poet. And I love her. I love her work. So I just want to give her a shout out. Sistas United has shared your poetry, and we look forward to sharing more by his poet. You can find his poet on Facebook as well. She is on there also doing lives, and when I say a woman with great wisdom, she has great wisdom. We're going to play this song. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, again, we'll dive back into our topic. This song is by your very own Queeny Daniels, and it's called Joy to Me right here on Sistas United. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some more juicy topics. This show has been awesome. I want to start off with Keisha. Keisha, what's going on, baby? Tell us what the topic is. I mean, this show is just getting gooder and gooder. How about it?
My topic today is, when you look at you, what do you see?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, when you look at yourself, what do you see? Oftentimes, we don't realize that the way that we see ourselves is what other people is the way that other people are going to, treat us. So if you find that you are always being treated in a way that is really not likely to you and you want to be mad at other people, you probably need to check yourself, because what you put out there is what people absorb from you. So, and I always talk about this mirror talk. If my mirror could talk, let me tell y'all, it would have a whole lot to say about me, because when you are, in the bathroom before the mirror, in your bedroom, before a mirror, it's just you, that mirror, and God. And you can be truthful. You can lie to yourself, but it's not going to help you. You sure can't lie to God, So, I just think that you have to even if you don't really feel that way, you have to speak positive things into yourself. And then, after a while, you just you'll get into the rhythm of what you're saying. Just like those things that made you maybe not feel so good about you, just kind of work the way in or whatever. You have to change the vision or the picture. Somebody said, I don't know if it was you, Queeny, or somebody said we're all, or maybe it was my best friend Titan, I'm not sure. We're all blank canvases. I don't know who said that, but somebody, we're all blank canvases. You paint your picture. So what is it that you want people to see?
That's deep. That's deep. Luvjones, what you think about it? Luvjones.
Mute yourself, girl.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to step away for a second. I got a meeting. What was the question? I do apologize.
Go ahead.
The question was, when you look at yourself, what do you see? Because oftentimes,
what do I
see? Yes, oftentimes what we don't realize is what we see about ourselves is what we're putting out there that makes people treat us certain kind of ways that we might not like. But it's actually what we're putting before other people, presenting ourselves as.
I guess if you would ask me this question when I was younger, it would be totally different. But now that I am grown, how I see myself is a good person. I'm kind-hearted. I am a respectful person. I encourage, motivate, and uplift people. I see myself as a person that people can relate to. I mean, I'm very straightforward. So people been knowing that I shoot from the hip since I was young. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess people view me like I view myself. I love me, and I'm very confident. So I don't really too much care if people don't like the way I am. I guess because that stems from my childhood. I really don't care, because if you let somebody tell you that they see you as this person as per se, as when we were doing this poetry spot, the girl told me that I had a negative vibe, and I was like, you and Sean were looking like, where did she get that from? Because you're always positive, you're always encouraging. She saw me as a negative person. Just because she saw me as a negative person, I didn't see myself as that, because I know that's not me. So I don't let people determine who I am. I do. So, I mean, I guess that's the rest of it. Did I answer the question?
Amen.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Rita, what you think?
Hello. Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think it is a great question, and it's true. How people see you is how you present yourself, and not just present yourself, but what you think of yourself. I go by this quote that say, just because a person failed to see your work does not mean that you're not worthy. So it just all depends on how you present yourself and what you think highly of yourself. So I always present myself with standards and morals, and of course, we always supposed to think we're beautiful. And, because if you walk in insecure or lack of confidence, people will treat you as such. So I just think, I'm not sure if I'm answering the question correctly, but So, yeah, I think I'm kind of a straightforward type person, which it could be. Some people take it as a negative thing, but it's just who I am. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm just like I do my best to be real. And 100 down to earth with you. With anybody I actually come in contact with, I'm not gonna present somebody that I'm not. And I just think that, like I said, I have morals and standards that I live by as an individual, and I just think. Like you said, the way we present ourselves is the way people will treat us or accept who we are. And a lot of times when you get what you don't want, you have to realize, and I even have to step back sometime and evaluate, okay, what is it that I'm putting out? Because sometimes we can't see ourselves.
Right.
Other people see us, and we see other people, and a lot of times a person can't see what's in themselves that or what they may be giving off that may need to be evaluated. So sometimes we have to step back and evaluate ourselves as to, okay, what am I putting out there, or what type of attitude that I'm putting out, or how am I carrying myself. And a lot of times we don't step back and evaluate ourselves. So, I think every person should always think highly of themselves. Like she said, we're all a blank canvas. And but sometimes along in life, things attach itself to you, insecurities and all those different whole 9 yards with that. It kind of attaches itself to you, and you become an insecure individual because, life has, or because of what people have said, but when you know who you are and whose you are, it doesn't really matter what anybody's opinion is. So, it's just I think it's not just that subject and that question can go a lot of ways. It's just the mentality. We have to know as women who we are, and we have to carry ourselves as such with integrity. And that's kind of my life goal, life motto: integrity. Live by market. They say a man don't stand for something will fall for anything. So I just kind of stand on those morals, and I have to have a strong foundation. And me personally, my foundation is in Jesus, and that tells me who I am. So, yeah, that's how I see it.
Can I have your quote again, and can I quote you on your quote? Because I write it to do poetry, and I love that. But I want to make sure I get it just like you said it. What did you say?
With the person, just because a person fails to see your word does not mean you're worthy.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Miss Lilly, what you want to say about it?
All right. I like what I think that was what Miss Luvjones had said. How people, she was saying that she had did a poetry, and a young lady seen it as being negative, and she stated that she knows she's not a negative person, and I kind of want to say in regards to that. Sometimes you could not be saying something negative. You could be saying it in a positive manner. You could be saying it in an uplifting manner or empowerment manner. And sometimes it could be that just that person's perspective about the situation, because our life and things we went through and how we live our life kind of shapes how we take things. That's just like I could read something in a book and I can take it in a positive manner and not take it negatively, and somebody else can read that same exact thing, and because of what their perspective is and the type of person that they are, whether they're an optimistic person or a pessimistic person, they can take it in a negative manner, and it wasn't never meant to be that way. Things in the tone that we are feeling in that moment. So it and something negative, and the other lady took it as negative. That was just her perception of the situation. And I want to say that people will mistreat you. People will mistreat you based upon how you treat yourself. And that's a very true statement. When you got people around you that's always doing things to you, sometimes you got to take a step back and look and say, am I treating myself, the way I want people to treat me? I want people to treat me good, and I want people to do this and do that. But how am I treating myself? How am I carrying myself? So, and I'm always a big advocate on people can only do to you what you allow them to do. If you put your foot down and say, hey, I'm not going to allow you to treat me like this, and I'm not going to come around you as long as you treat me like this, and they value you as a person, they want to continue to be around you, then they're going to make changes about how they treat you. They're not going to look down on you and all this kind of stuff. And, if I know you look at me like that, then why would I want to be around you? Why would I want somebody around me that makes me feel like that, make me feel like that's how they feel about me? Then I just simply won't be around you, or I would deal with you on a certain level, or I would deal with you from a distance. Because I'm the type of person like this. I only go around certain people. I love all people, but I'm only be around certain people. Just like I don't drink, so I don't go around other people who drink, not because I'm saying that you're a horrible person by you drinking. I just choose not to drink, so I choose not to engage in activities with, I got people that I grew up with that I don't hang around with, not because I think I'm better than them, but because I'm on a different level and I live a disciplined life. So I don't go around certain things because I don't want to get back into that lifestyle, because it's easy to get pulled back into that lifestyle, and I know what it represented for me.
Right.
Well, that's Queeny. I wanted to say that on the how do I see myself? Now, when I look in the mirror, one of the things I do that's very important for me as an individual is when I get up in the morning and I look in the mirror to make sure that I'm like we always say on the show, that like I am enough, and that before I put makeup on, before I get all razzle dazzled or whatever, that I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay with, because really before I go out into the world, I want to be okay with me. I want to be okay with what I see. I want to be happy about my big nose or my big eyes. I want to make sure I love me before I go out there into the world, because the whether however we see it, when I go out into the world, people are gonna judge anyway, regardless. They're gonna say what they want to say. You can go out there looking just as perfect, as picture perfect, TV, radio, whatever. People are going to say something about you. So I make sure that I'm happy about me in the morning. I get up and I say, girl, I love that nose of yours. And these are the things that I used to have an issue with, because coming up in the country, my granny say anything, girl, look at that big old nose. Girl, you got your daddy big old eyes. So it was different things that I carried through life with me that I had issue with. So when I started a journey of loving me, I get up in the morning and love and tell myself what I love about myself. You see what I'm saying? And yes, I do love everything about myself, but it's something that I had issues with that I had to, I always say, launch a counterattack against, and begin to just speak to myself. You see what I'm saying? So I began to build me up. I began to love me. I think if I didn't want to wear that, or I didn't want to dress like that, because being a pastor, that people want to tell you how to dress, and that ain't decent, and you're a pastor, you need to look like this and all that. I had to peel off all of that stuff so that I could be authentically me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it took me getting up in the morning and building confidence. And one thing, like we talked about earlier about restoration, my husband came in and began to say stuff like, and he noticed I was struggling in some areas. So, and I don't mind sharing it, because I tell you, he began to tell me, girl, you look good without all that makeup, without your wig and all that kind of stuff. Because, girl, I got some cute little short blonde hair under here. It's cute, but he began to help me work on that part of me that I needed help in. You see what I'm saying? And I don't get so caught up with what other people say because people going to talk. They going to, like I say, if you come out looking like straight perfection, oh, look at her, she thinks she all that. If you come out looking a mess, look at her, she look a mess. You know, it's going to be some talk. But the major conversation, I'm glad Keisha brought this up, the main conversation I have to have is with myself. It's not the one that other people are having. You know, so I get in the mirror and I talk to myself. I get in the morning. If I have to turn on some worship, if I have to turn on some whatever it is, some Luther, whatever I got to turn on to get a dance
to
in
encourage
my
yourself. Yeah.
whatever I have to do to get me together before I step out into this cold, cruel world that thinks that they can pick you up, they can tell you how if you beautiful or if you not. They think that they can tell you what level you gonna go to, or if they can give you permission to be pretty, permission to be a mouse, permission. Listen, you don't have that kind of power over my. I don't give people that kind of power over my life. And when I become friends with folks, you know, and they begin to become a negative. See, I got the gift of goodbye. I can say it quick, and sometimes you just notice I ain't there. I'm just being real. I am a peculiar person. I'm very, very peculiar because I'm gonna do what I want to do. Period.
Right.
If I want to, and I tell people all the time, they was like, "How you a pastor and you got blonde short hair?" You know, whatever. And I tell them, I say, because when this word come out, you ain't gonna be worried about how blonde my hair is or how short it is. You gonna want what you get what I'm saying? I deal with me. Because that's the biggest battle. It ain't the people that's talking. The biggest battle is, do I accept me? Am I enough? Am I beautiful to me? And I remember when I went through this transition, when I first started weaving it up and all of that, back in the day when I was younger, like 20-something, I didn't like myself. I didn't like anything about myself because I had been called an ugly disgrace. I had been called all kinds of stuff, you know, and not from strangers, from family. So it's I started a journey to break all of these different things. That's why I tell people, sometimes we want our family to be all up on us and why they don't like us. Maybe God protecting you from something. Maybe God protecting. So you have to get up and you have to get your day started, shake it off, get in that mirror and say, look at you, girl. Girl, you the finest thing walking. You look at you. Baby, sometimes I be laughing because I go in because I'm going to walk out there in that world and I'm going to be in my bubble. And guess what? Queeny coming out the house. Queeny going to because I need that in this type of world. When you turn on the TV, they want to tell you what's beautiful. They want to tell you, turn on the radio, you got somebody talking about somebody. When you on your phone, you got something derogatory happening. So you have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. So when I look in the mirror in the morning, I told God, and I'm done when I say this. When somebody called me beautiful, and my husband was saying, girl, you pretty, and I didn't have makeup on, baby, one earring on. I had worked all day and sweated and looked a mess. My husband said, you beautiful. You know what? It took me back to the day that I prayed this prayer to God. I say, Lord, help me to see what you see and help me to see what other people see when they call me beautiful. I want to see what they see. I want to see what you see. And ever since then, God say, well, you got to get up and speak it because it's there. So every morning, that's how I have to do, get in that mirror, and, baby, I'll be like, girl, look at you. Look at them big old eyes. Look at you. But that's what I do, you know. Amen.
Amen. Yeah, because, I mean, my thing is I've learned to not care about what people say because once I realize I love me, I don't care if you say, oh, girl, you getting fat. And I don't care. It's like I wake up every morning with the same body. I know how this body looks. I know how this face looks. I know everything about me. So people's opinion of me doesn't make me feel low. When I was a child, yes, it hurt me because I was a child and I didn't understand.
Yeah.
But now that I'm a grown woman, baby, you can tell me you don't. Baby, let me tell y'all, and I don't care what neither one of y'all say. Baby, I can walk on side of Beyonce and think I'm finer than her. Because that's how I feel about me.
Come on. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
I mean, we can't let this world beat us down because you're going to do that on your own. You don't need no help with that.
Yeah.
So I ain't going to let nobody tear me down.
That's right. That's right.
But it comes from a place of feeling good about yourself. It comes from a place of, because you know what, one thing about me, let me tell you what, I was going into a Family Dollar store one day, and this guy, I'm trying to go in the store, and this woman passed by with this big butt or whatever. His mouth wide open. I wanted to get him a roll of paper towels, but meanwhile, you blocking my way, and I got stuff I need to do.
Right.
So, you know, I was like, excuse you while you drool. That's what I said. And then, I was a fat this and that and that and that. I let him go ahead and finish. And when I finished, you know what I said? I told him, I'm cool with the fact that my curves have curves or whatever. And that's the way that I feel about that. You know, being overweight is really a health thing to me. I mean, I would like to lose some weight, but I mean, you know, it really doesn't beat me down, you know. And I break necks. I mean, I really do when I have on my clothes and I'm together. You know, it's like, you know, so that part doesn't bother me. You have to feel good about what you see. That's why, you know, when you see you, what do you see? You know?
Yeah.
I think that I could sell some confidence if you could put it in a bottle, you know, whatever, like, get it from me. I mean, that's how I feel, you know? And, And you know what I think that we need to do, like, as a group, like, get together, maybe, you know, each invite a couple of friends or whatever, and we need to put into maybe a thing or, you know, something saying, like, these insecurities that we maybe once upon a time had or that we have, and because you said something about your eyes. That was something you had. When I very first looked at you, I was like, my God, look at those eyes. So, you know, or whatever, you know, Queeny, you know, and that was something that somebody made you feel bad about, you know, or whatever. So, and I love men with fat noses. I mean, I love, like, really black features, you know. So men with fat noses, I love fat noses. And, you know, that was something else. So I think that, you know, I think that would be, you know, maybe an encouraging thing to do or whatever. You know, maybe if you point out things about you or whatever and, you know, like we talk about it, but not on air. That's something, you know, like maybe we'll do, you know, we could do, you know, together or something like that because it can be empowering. And as far as Soultry talked about an issue at a poetry place, I was actually with her. Some people come from a place of manipulation. You know, they don't feel in it. You know, they may not necessarily feel that you're negative or feel that you're whatever, but if they can get you to think that way, then they can go ahead and go ahead with the plan that they've devised or whatever to make you feel some kind of way. So don't fall for it. You know, don't fall for it. And also, if you're the kind of person that everybody, people that are not even associated with each other, say about you, if everybody's saying the same thing about you, and it's something that concerns you or something that you're getting tired of hearing, you might need to check that out because that's what you're putting out there. You know, everybody's not going to have the same exact thing to say about you unless it's something that, you know, like these real truths. I say that there's an actual truth that everybody sees, and then there's your truth. Both of them are true because you can't nobody tell you how you feel.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's actually things that other people see. So, you know, if everybody's saying the same thing about you, then it's probably, you know, actuality.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Anybody else? Any more topics?
I had a topic that I was.
Okay,
I
go
had
ahead,
seen a
Tammie.
topic that yes, ma'am. I'll slip into thing as I always try to do. I had to live with a relative for 6 months. Who would it be?
Oh my God.
And me personally, I'm a type of person like this. I've never been much with a roommate. I've never been much with living with somebody. I have had to live with somebody before, and I know I have places to go if need be, but I've always made that my very, 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 very last resort because I understand the fact that people will say, hey, you can come live with me if you need to. You can stay here, and they give, you stay here as long as you want to. But that's not true because once you move there, it's cool in the beginning, but cool gets very old after a while. After a while, you start stepping on people's feet. They don't like the way you keep the house. They don't like the way you cook. They don't like the way you sit in there, up there watching TV. We just need their own space. Look at her with her feet sitting up there looking all comfortable watching my TV. And, they could be the nicest people in the world, but, when you have your own space, that's your space, and you don't want nobody to come in on it. Like, I'm a really big person, and like this, and some people may disagree with me. I don't believe in women staying in my household. I don't believe in women staying in my household for the simple fact that I have a husband, and I don't want that line to be crossed. I've been flirted. I have been hit on by grown men since I was 13 years old. 13, mind you. So I'll take that back 10. I'm lying. 10 years old. 10 years old. I've been hit on by grown men. So I know that you have some men that will seem cool on the outside, and some women will be seem cool on the outside, and then the real them, it comes out when you're not around. So I don't want that type of potential drama to be in my household because my home is my domain. That's my area. You can do whatever you want to do to me on the outside, but in my house, don't meet me. House Tammie, because House Tammie will bound to cut you out. Versus Tammie out there in the street, I'll walk away from you and let you say whatever you want to say. But House Tammie might slap you down a couple flight of stairs by talking crazy to me because that's my domain, that's my area, that's my comfort spot. So would I want to live with a relative for 6 months? I do have plenty of them that I really need to, but that's just something I pray prayerfully I will never have to endure because it gets uncomfortable really, really fast.
Oh yes, it does. Oh yes, it does. When I was younger, I've had roommates, but when I got older, I couldn't. Just like you, Tim, I couldn't deal with it. I was like, oh, I went and lived with my mama and couldn't handle it. Baby, listen, I had to sleep at my mama's house, baby. I was there a week, and I had to get out of there, baby. I had found a way. Do you hear what I'm saying? To get up out of there, I had to have my own space, my own everything. My God, if I had to for 6 months, Jesus, be upset. I have no idea who it would be. I'll be honest.
Well, who? Well, now I'll say anybody other than my mom. Now I don't know how she feels about because I'm actually with my mama. I was in my own space, and my mom and my grandmother both. My mom recently had a double lung cancer, and my grandmother's just older, whatever. So things would happen. I'd be in my own house, and my mom out of town. My grandmother got sick. My mom would be there, whatever. So I was always over there anyway. So I just said, well, I'm going to just stay over here for a little bit. And I've been with them for a while, but, they're in positions now where I really need to be with them. My mother is not a nosy mama. She don't bother your stuff. She don't, whatever. Now, I usually have Papa Giles that's crazy because I'll come over here and do this or whatever. If y'all could just see this table. This is my meeting table, my sewing table, my internet table, and it's also the kitchen table. So it's just, a lot of stuff or whatever that I have around. But other than my mama, because my mama could stay with me, I could stay with my mama. I don't have an issue with that. But outside of my mama, I have a cousin. She's actually from Beaumont. She's in Maryland now. My cousin Benet. She is so much fun. Just really pretty, straight up or whatever. And it is always a no drama filled adventure with her. I love to talk to her on the phone. But for 6 months, I think that I could stay with Benea. She could stay with me, for 6 months. I have friends growing up, and they all live with each other at some point in time. Nobody's ever asked to come live in my house because I don't like foolishness. And foolishness will get you in there day one and get you put out day three. So I don't bite my tongue. I don't do craziness, foolishness, or whatever. I've had one friend that had keys to my house. She lives in Angleton actually, but she has 2 children, very well mannered or whatever. I didn't mind her when she came. She wasn't there every day, but when she came, I never mind because I was there with me and a little dog at the time, and my son was there. But they were just so nice and pleasant, and let them kids run around. No, they could just sit. No, they need to run around, But she was really conscious about. About what the kids did, and things like that. But none of my friends have ever asked to stay with me. They live with each other, and when I say friends, like the girls that I grew up with and stuff like that, but nobody's ever even asked to stay with me. And I actually lived by myself when I was I was 20. My mama moved out the house, and she said, when I was your age, I was married with kids or whatever, so bye. And she left. I was distraught. I don't know. I just don't like foolishness. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, if I had to stay with, if I had to stay with someone for 6 months, which I did because of the situation with my granddaughters, and my husband ended up losing everything, and I've been on my own since I was 18 years old. So having to live with someone was really hard for me. But I'm the type of person I'm like Tammie. I don't want to come into somebody's household and uproot it and do what I feel like I can do in somebody's house.
Yeah.
That's not me. I'm the type of person, if I'm at your house, you're going to see me when I'm going to sleep. You're going to see me when I'm getting up because I'm not going to be there because I'm going to be trying to take care of my business so I can get out of there. I'm not the kind of person that's going to come and do what I want in your house. So when I go and live with somebody, I'm not going to live that to stay. I'm just staying there for a second so I get myself together. And when I say I'm getting myself together, trust and believe that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting all them ducks in a row for when I get ready to leave. And even when I was young, like I said, I had my own. I had a lot of relatives, friends that had came and stayed with me. No one offered to pay any bills. No one offered to help anything. I didn't ask because I felt like I was helping them. But when I got grown and my kids got grown, my daughter was like, Mom, you let everybody live on us, and they did this and they did that, and I just didn't think that was fair. And I was like, well, baby, did you miss anything? She said, no, we didn't. It was just that they were in our house, and I just feel like they should have helped you. Yeah, they should have, but they didn't. But I'm not that kind of person. So me and my husband and my granddaughter had to stay with my brother and my sister-in-law for 6 months. And in that 6 months, I kept telling my brother, here goes somebody. He's like, no, sis, I know what y'all trying to do. But at the end, when we left, I still ended up giving them money. I gave them money. I was like, this is showing you my appreciation. I don't care if you didn't want it. I just need you to understand that the appreciation of letting me stay there, me and my husband and my grandkids. Y'all have kids, and I had 3 kids with me, so the house was noisy. They weren't mad because their house was noisy because they have kids, you know what I'm saying? So it really didn't uproot their house as much, I don't believe, because they didn't say that or whatever. But if I had a choice, that's who I would choose, my brother.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Rita?
No comment.
I know that's what that subject alone.
No, not doing it.
Yes, honey.
Rita say, no, y'all, listen. Do we have anything else? Because I want to, we have really been on here for 2 hours, y'all. Let's see what we got on the line. Let's take some comments. Anybody on the line, just go ahead and jump on in here and say something. Who wants to say something? Go ahead. We're listening. Just introduce yourself and
can't hear.
Hello.
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 I don't know what happened. Queeny did. I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I think Queeny must have pushed something. She didn't drop us because we all still here.
Let's see, yeah.
Well, Tammie, I wanted to say something to you about what you said as far as the women in your household, as far as a woman coming in your house. I was raised that two women can't live in a household because, we have so many different ways we do things. But as far as if one of my friends really had to just really do or die and had to come and live with me and my husband, I wouldn't have an issue with that because first I trust him and I trust her. If they break that trust, that's on them, and I'm good. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm good. So my best friend, she came and stayed over here. I done left and went to work, and I never felt like anything would happen because I feel like I have trust these people. But if they broke my trust, then they both have to understand they're going to lose me. So I think that I'm important enough for you not to, If I'm not, then, hey, you're going to miss me. Trust me, you will. At the end of the day, because I'm a good person. I'm a good-hearted person, and I try to do things the right way, the best that I can. Am I perfect? No. There's no one perfect. But I don't know. That's another issue that I'm worried about. If my husband is going to mess with this here. And I, too, when I was young, I was built like a grown woman when I was little, and grown men used to try to talk to me. But when I went to stay at my friend's house for a week, I just needed to get away. This is why I got married. And her boyfriend was over there. So I get people trying to come on me. And he tried to come on to me. And in his face, and I went knocked on her door, and I told her to come out the door. I said, let me explain something to both of y'all. I'm your friend, and he your man. I don't want him, and please don't want me. Do not try to talk to me. And he was looking all crazy because he couldn't believe that I said it. I need you to understand, I'm not her. I'm not the friend that's going to sleep behind my friend's back. I am not her. So, you come to me, tell me you want to talk to me, or you're trying to mess with me on the side, I'm just going to confront you in front of your girl. And me and my friend are still friends. They were still married. They got over whatever. He was like, I was just saying, I want to have a threesome. Well, Rita is not the one to put in the three-piece. I'm just not her. So don't invite me into something, So, and they ended up getting a divorce because he was just who he was, but it didn't have nothing to do with me. And my friend realized, friend, I know, me and you been on each other since 11 years old. You ain't never tried to talk to nobody. You ain't went behind me. I'm just not going to do that. I just can't. And in your house, honey, you was bold to be doing some stuff in somebody's house. But it's people that do, I get that.
There's people that do.
I don't know. Yeah, it is. And I thank God I never met one of them, because to walk in your house and catch a friend and a husband or a mate, that probably be a sight. So I don't know what to do.
I mean, I don't know. I guess if I was by myself and a friend really, I feel like if a friend of mine asks to come stay with me, then it's really a bad situation. Whatever, it's something that I consider because I'm really not that kind. I love my own space. I love, or whatever. So I just feel like if one of my friends came to me, and when I say friends, I'm talking about, any of my friends or whatever, because I would feel like that it was really like a situation where, it was like protection needed or, whatever they're, So, but they would know because they know me or whatever. Y'all don't understand, I really don't do foolishness, like at all. I don't do drama. I read books for drama, whatever. Like I read a whole lot of hood fiction because, that's how I get my drama. I don't do drama at all. So.
Okay, ladies, we got 30 seconds. This show has been awesome. We want everybody to put a pin in the topic that we talked about today. We want to definitely dive into what if your man blocks you on Facebook on the next show. We love you all. Keisha, say goodbye.
Goodbye. See y'all next week.
Okay. Tammie, say goodbye.
See y'all next week. Thank you for joining us and invite more.
All right. Luvjones.
All right, y'all ladies. Until same time next week, be on this show so we can talk about it. Love y'all. Soultry Luvjones.
Rita.
Later. Next week.
All right. We love you all. Thank you for tuning in to Sistas United, where we look
thank you, Cassandra.
Thank you, Cassandra, for coming on the air, and we look forward to sharing more information. All right, y'all. All right, we check y'all out later. This has been Sistas United on My Gospel Soul Radio. God bless.